There's no way he can duel Yasuo. Amada's coming in, but he's just walking into the meat grinder of Perkz. Can he do it? They've done enough! They've done it!
Hey everyone, Jatt here. The end of this fight was memorable. Perkz' 1-in-6 Yasuo revives from base, immediately ults onto Faker to kill him, blast cones over the wall to exhaust Teddy, then perfectly plays the rest of the fight to pick up the quadra kill. Game, set, match. An amazing moment. But how did we get here? How was Mickey able to survive long enough on Gragas to supply the knockup for Perkz? How did G2 manage to create such a close 4v5 so that Perkz could even have the option of cleaning up? How did they deal with a level 17, nearly full item Vladimir? The answer lies somewhere between teamwork and raw skill. At one point, there were 3 individual fights happening for G2 that could have gone either way if played differently, but at the end of it, G2 won a 5-for-1 team fight that ended the game. Let's get into it. It all started with Perkz' death. All alone, while the rest of his team trades for an inhibitor. 58 seconds in the death chamber that SKT looked to take advantage of. On the way back to base, G2 grab a Mountain Drake, which slightly delays their recalls, and rather than conceding their inhibitors entirely, G2 look to outplay a 4v5 and push SKT back. We mentioned Mickey X earlier, as he ended the fight with extremely low HP. Let's focus on him first. As G2 chase SKT out of their base, Mickey wards the side brush and sidesteps Faker's Kiana Q. He then moves into the choke point and baits out an SKT engage. Both Faker and Mata look to jump on him. Mata's hook misses, and Mickey slows Faker with a body slam, a cask, and an ultimate which knocks Mata away. Mickey then flashes back into the brush before body slamming him again to slow his chase. The body slam stuns Faker for just long enough so that Mickey can run out of range of Faker's first Q. With little remaining HP and Perkz on the way, Mickey body slams back over the wall into Faker, and the rest is history. But what about Caps and Jankos? Caps expended his flash forward to attempt a stun, which he would have used for a combo, but doesn't drop his Q. It still forces Klid's repel, which eventually allowed G2 to chase down a kill. But for now, we will focus on Jankos and Caps' 2v2 with Khan and Mata. Khan is fed, and he has a 100 charge Spellbinder, which he uses to go for a burst combo onto Caps. In order to get through Jankos, who is looking to slow him with axes, Khan opts to pool and flash on top of Caps. As this happens, Caps uses his Hourglass to avoid damage from Tides of Blood, and then casts ult right after to force Khan's Zhonya's. The big play here is Caps' Scatter the Weak after Khan's Zhonya's, which stuns both him and Mata, and critically keeps Mata out of ult range. Mata ults Jankos instead, and Jankos eventually flashes away for safety. Caps and Jankos didn't win the 2v2, but they bought crucial time. Speaking of buying time, let's look at Wonder's Ornn. At the start of the fight, he absorbs Teddy's Varus ultimate for little to no cost. Once G2 re-engage, he distracts Teddy for the rest of the fight and stopwatches to buy even more time. As Perkz arrives, Wonder is barely able to apply one last stack of Brittle onto Teddy and then briefly applies a knockup, forcing Teddy's stopwatch. Even though he dies, his sacrifice is well worth it as Perkz cleans up the fight. And did I mention Caps also teleported into SKT's base as Perkz was finishing up, which ensured the final push could end the game in time. Looking back, every part of this fight was dependent on another part going right. If Mickey dies, Perkz can't clean up. If Wonder dies earlier, Teddy and Khan might be able to fight off Perkz. If Caps or Jankos die, Khan has more time to collapse onto other parts of the fight, potentially even ending the game in favor of SKT. But G2 won every single fight. Obviously, starting a fight 4 versus 5 and winning it requires exceptional teamwork. G2 had the discipline to bait out cooldowns early in the fight and the knowledge to know what their team composition was capable of. They also trusted each other to have world-class mechanics as every individual had to create their own outplay in order to win the fight. With the teamfight win, G2 ended SKT's World Championship run and move on to face Fun plus Phoenix in the World Finals.